guys, I am back. Welcome back to my channel. I'm trying very hard to make my hair look nice, but I'll be honest with you, it really needs to be washed. But I have a massage appointment tonight, and no matter how hard my girl tries, she always gets oil in my hair, so I'm just gonna wait till after that, obviously. Today's video is a little bit different to what we normally do. It's a bit of a story time, if you will. Ugh. I hate it when people say that, but like, it kind of is. I just wanted to share this with you. I find this really interesting, and I find people's stories about this stuff really interesting. So I wanted to share with you my sleep paralysis experiences, of which I have had 2 in my life. So, here we go. So the first time I ever had sleep paralysis, I was at our old place that we were renting, and we always had some like bumps in the night there, if you know what I'm saying. And if you're not into this kind of stuff, or you're not into the ghostly things, please just do not bother watching the video, because you're not going to enjoy it. I'm just going to throw that out there. Just click off. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you next time. But yeah, so we were there, and there was lots of stuff going on in that house, just like bumps and cracks, and you'd hear weird things that you couldn't explain and whatever. So anyway, this particular night, we just not that long ago got Leo. So he was a little pupper, and I was laying there and I was dreaming, and in my dream there was this shadow, and it wasn't like a shadow person, it was just like a shadow, like it was a really long black cloud, and it came over me, and it started to press down on me really hard over my entire body, and I just felt this pressure over my entire body, and then what felt like hands, but like shadow hands, over my mouth to like suffocate me, I guess. I don't know, it felt hostile, and it felt heavy, and in my dream I was screaming. I was screaming for help. I could see Laurie next to me, I could see Leo. It was almost like an out of body type of a situation, and I was screaming at them to help me. And in the end, Laurie woke me up, and that was how it went away. And I said to him, was I screaming? Because like in my head I was screaming. And he's like, no, you were just kind of like whimpering. And I'm like, what do you mean whimpering? And he's like, you were making like this kind of noises. And I was like, oh, it was much louder than that in my head. So that was interesting. And poor little Leo got woken up by me as well and was like, Mama, what are you doing? That was my best puppy impression. I hope you enjoyed that. So yeah, that was scary. I then made Laurie walk me to the toilet because I couldn't go on my own, and I pretty much kept waking him up all night because I couldn't get back to sleep, and he kept going back to sleep, and I was scared to go back to sleep because I didn't want that to happen again, obviously. So the second time would have been probably 4-ish years later, and it was in this house. So we built this house, just a bit of history there for you. And we have had some things happen here, but they've never felt bad. They've just felt like good old Casper, you know, a little bit friendly, it's fine. So yeah, have had a few little things happen here. Nothing of concern though. And in that 4 years, what's happened is I have been in touch with people that have helped me get in touch with things because, well, basically I had someone kept visiting me in the middle of the night, and they were scaring me, and they were standing over my bed and they were yelling at me, and it was really creepy. If you want to know that story, because that's a whole other story, let me know below, because I'm happy to share that one, because that was scary. In the end, it turned out it wasn't, but at the time, it sure as hell was. So, yeah. Anyway, long story short is we've realized now that I have people visit me either in my sleep, mostly in my sleep actually, or like in that half sleep where you're like just drifting off or just coming out of sleep. So yeah, the second time I was in a dream again, and in this dream I was in like a milk bar or a servo type of a situation. I was queuing up to pay for some food and drink. Anyway, there was sort of like a line going here, and there was a person, I was behind the person, they were being served, and then they moved, and as I stepped up forwards to the counter, a middle-aged man just appeared beside me, and he didn't speak in this dream, but he was telling me that I'd cut him off in the queue, which this all sounds very weird, so just hang in there. And I was like, dude, I don't know where you came from. I didn't cut you off. I was standing behind the person, and I'm sorry that you feel that way. I've got to go though, so I'm just going to pay and then leave, and you can just like be next, because I didn't know you were there. You're not in the line. Like, what are you doing? You know, because these things are important in dream. And in this dream, he was annoyed at me. I was annoyed at him. I felt like he was trying to tell me something else, and I knew his name very clearly, even though he didn't speak. I didn't know him. I've never seen him before in my life, but in the dream, I did. I knew him and I knew his name, and I was annoyed. Like, I was really annoyed. Anyway, I walked away from him, and as soon as I walked away from him in my dream, I woke up in real life. And I could feel someone or something standing over me, right beside the bed, standing over me. And I went to open my eyes and I could see a bit of a shadow, so I closed them again. And then my whole body, literally from here down, was like cement. It was the most bizarre feeling. Like, it was very different to the first time. The first time it felt like someone was pressuring me and on me, and I couldn't move, but I felt like it was just because someone was holding me down. Whereas this felt like my entire body just changed its chemistry and was like an actual dead weight. And I tried to move my legs and I couldn't move anything below here. And I was doing like if the pillow was here, I was doing like this to try to move, and I could only move my head. Literally, I could only move my head. And I could feel that it was the guy that was standing beside me in real life was the same guy from my dream. And that made me angry because he pissed me off in the dream. And I'm like, you have woken me up and you're now not letting me move. Are you serious? Anyway, so then I could feel, while my body was still like dead weight, I felt either side of my like torso, like hands coming down, like as if someone was pinning the blankets to me, either side of me. And at this stage, I just was like, no, I'm annoyed. So my neighbor, who's very spiritual and is also in touch with the spirit world, she told me, when they visit you, you have two options. You can either say, I'm listening, what's your message? Or you can say, I can't help you, leave me alone. They're your options. Like, you don't have to get involved any more than that if you don't want to. Probably don't. So anyway, I knew his name. Once again, it started with M. Cannot remember what it was, so it's really bothering me. So let's just say Martin for the sake of the story, because I need a name. So in my head, not out loud, while I was awake, I could still feel him there, and he was like over me, trying to tell me something. And I just screamed really loudly in my head, Martin, I cannot help you. You need to leave me alone. Leave me alone now. And then the whole pressure just released and I could move my body again. I woke up and I went to the toilet and I was fine. And it's very interesting, like the shift in me and also like the different occasions, because the first one was scary and I was really scared. But like now I've had a couple more experiences that I wasn't scared. Plus also I got a really good sense of this guy and his personality, and he just was annoying. He wasn't frightening. He wasn't negative or evil or like whatever. He was just annoying, and he hasn't bothered me again since, and I haven't had that experience again since. But yeah, so there's that. This feels weird to be telling you guys this, but I don't know, sleep paralysis like fascinates me because it's always so similar. Like the one common theme people have when they have sleep paralysis is like a shadow and like a figure, which I find really weird. And like, yeah, it's interesting to hear about. One of my girlfriends did a whole assignment on it in year 12. So I really find it interesting. Hello, dishwasher. So there you go. Thanks for watching. If you watched, if anybody watched, let me know. And as I said, if you want to hear the scary visitation story where someone kept yelling at me, please let me know. I will tell that story as well. Not that we want to make this a story time channel, so we'll space it out a little bit. But, you know, I'm happy to share that as well if this is something that interests you. I'm kind of just like throwing it out there. I don't know if you guys are interested in hearing this kind of stuff. But yeah, so thanks for watching and listening to my story. And I will see you in my next video. And if you experience sleep paralysis, my advice to you is just to yell in your head, leave me alone, I can't help you, and see what happens. See if it works. See if it makes them go away and releases you. I'm very intrigued. Okay, bye.